Welcome to One Board Family Plays. Tonight we are going to be checking out Chiseled. It's a game from Copper Frog Games, and it's a game actually that's currently on Kickstarter. So we've got a preview copy. Bob's been working with the designer, and we're going to be talking a little about the game. Do we have a box?
We actually do not have a box.
We have the back of a card.
Back of a card.
Do you want to see that? Back of a card? Yeah.
Yeah, no box.
So Bob's going to explain the game. We're going to dig into it. And if you're familiar with deck builders, usually you're building a deck. This one, we're actually breaking down a deck. So we're each going to start with our own decks, and Bob is going to get into the details of this game. If you have any questions about Chiseled or have questions about beards or board games, I think that the three of us are pretty well set to
Well, the
talk
two of
about.
you on the beards.
Yeah.
You're working on
Whatever.
yours too. So let's jump into the game. So, all right, Bob. Let's see.
All right, let's get
slightly-
prepared here.
We've got a slightly new setup. We've got a new mat that we are working with. There you are, Bob.
Okay, so this is Chiseled from Copper Frog Games, and this game is essentially, like Ryan said before, is essentially a deck deconstruction or a reverse deck builder. What you're trying to do here is the main theme of this game is sculpting or chiseling a sculpture, and your deck is going to be your slab of starting marble. And the main focalization mechanic of this game is to utilize the trashing element of a normal deck builder and how good that makes you feel. Mm-hmm. So I know we all play deck builders. How good that makes you feel of thinning your deck out and getting cards out that don't matter so you can streamline your deck. So you're going to do that here. That is the main focus of this, and you're streamlining your deck to make a maximum amount of victory points, because the deck starts at a negative victory point value. Okay? So in your deck, you are going to start with heads, arms, and bodies, and a whole lot of wax. So you have 9 arms, denoted by different types of gold, silver, and onyx. Each body part is denoted by different symbols. So for heads, you have a circle. For arms, you have a square. And for body parts, you have the fleur de lis. I said that properly.
You did.
There you go.
You did.
Then you will also have 18 wax cards, or not bad wax, scrap. That's the term I'm looking for. You have 18 pieces of scrap that are worth -3 victory points apiece that are already in your starting deck. Your job is to chisel those out of your deck using the tools that you have in this drafting tableau or action selection tableau, however you would like to note that as. There are a variable amount of tools in here. I believe there are, let's see, 7, 6, looks to be about 13. In a 3-player game, we're going to randomly select 7. I have pre-selected those 7 randomly, and they are currently out on the table as Ryan is showing. So, what you're going to do on your turn is you are going to sculpt. That is, you're going to draw 3 cards from your shuffled deck. Okay? Then you are going to select a face-up tool on the board. That tool is going to tell you what you may do with your hand or your deck. Okay? For instance, we have a heavy sledgehammer here. That heavy sledgehammer lets you trash 2 cards from your hand and then trash the top card of any draw pile. Okay? Including your own. All right, so if you had a tool out here that lets you see cards previously, which there are some tools that do that, and then let you put your cards back on top of your deck, you may know what's coming. So using that sledgehammer to clear cards out of your hand and then off of the top of your deck is pretty handy. Okay, when you destroy cards or trash cards in this game, they're going to go to a trash pile up above your deck. Okay?
Up here, right?
Yes, up above your player mat.
Okay.
Okay. And this is not final production.
Yeah, this is printed.
Yeah, it's a printed.
Yeah.
So they will go up here, up above in the trash pile. Those cards are now completely removed from your deck. They are now in your trash pile. Okay. At any time, you are allowed to go back and consult your trashed pile to see what you have in there. Mm-hmm. You can obviously never consult your main draw deck, your slab of marble. That would be cheating. But you are allowed to consult your trash pile and your discard pile to help count what may be left in your deck, because that is a very important thing. Getting exactly the right amount of cards into your trash and keeping the right amount into your discard pile and your slab of marble in your sculpture. Okay. So when you take one of these tools, you will turn it over and it will be ghosted out. I love that there's writing on the back of this, so you don't have to constantly keep turning it back over to see what it was. When these are all used up and turned over, for the next person's turn, they will all flip back up. You have a card over here, is a check-in counter, and it has the turn order on here, or what you're going to do for a turn. You're going to sculpt, and that is take 3 cards, or sculpt is the 3 cards that are in your hand, or more possibly. You'll select a tool, you'll use it and run its element, okay, and then you'll clean up. You clean up, you discard any remaining cards in your hand. So anything that you have not trashed to your trash pile is kept in your discard pile over here. Okay? You are discarding things that you want to keep in your sculpture, because much like a regular deck builder, you're going to take the cards when there's none to draw and reshuffle and stick it back here for your new draw pile, just like a regular deck builder, okay? So you're thinning out things from your deck that you don't want and trashing them, all right? So cleanup is discard any remaining cards in your hand. Then you're going to plan. Plan is draw up the 3 cards that you typically would draw up. There are some tools up here that we'll go over momentarily that say on your next turn, you may draw extra cards based on what you do that turn, okay? You would draw those up. Then you would consult the critics. The critics are looking for things in your hand such as gold and silver and onyx. When you plan and you come back up and have a new hand prepared for your next turn, you're going to check that hand. Okay. If it consists of any type of these, gold, onyx, or silver, in a total of 3 or more, you will take this card and go down 1 on your check-in, and there are little footsteps here. And thematically, that is as if the critics are coming closer to your gallery and they are on their way to check out your sculpture. It's a counter. So it's how the game speeds up. And the game is going to speed up because the more wax and things you clear from your deck, the more of these cards you're going to see. It's what keeps the game
so everybody's contributing toward the end game.
Everyone is contributing toward the end game. It's just a matter of how fast and who does it how fast, okay?
And for the gold, silver, and onyx, they don't have to be 3 of the same or 3 different, just any.
Correct. Just any 3. Okay. Yep. So you can have a gold head, a silver body, and a onyx arm.
What if you had like 2 gold and 1 silver?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
That's a total of 3 combined.
Okay.
But if you had 2 and a piece of scrap, then you're good.
Gotcha.
This does not move down.
Okay.
When this finally moves down to 0, that will end the game, trigger the end of the game, and everyone else on the table will get 1 more turn. Okay? That is how the game moves on. When you check this, and after you move this down or not move this down, play passes to the person clockwise. Okay? So if I was doing this and I was done my turn, then it would go to Ryan like a normal game. Okay, now, why are we doing this? Okay, the reason we're doing this is because this deck or slab of marble starts out with negative victory points. So if the game ended immediately, we'd all have negative victory points. Okay, what you are doing is trying to get these scrap pieces out of your deck by using the tools to trash them. And you are trying to finesse and sculpt your deck to get the correct amount of arms, heads, and bodies. Okay? So, Hey, Sam.
Our dog just busted in. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
On your pile here, your player mat here, you will notice the perfect amount of arms in a sculpture at the end is 2. So you're going to get, at the end of the game, your sculpture is going to consist of your deck, your discard pile, and anything left in your hand if the game ends. But it shouldn't be in your hand. It would actually, your turn is final, you discard. So anything in your deck and your discard will combine, and that will make your final sculpture. Okay? Then you're going to go through and check that sculpture and get the points for the cards that you have in the sculpture. Bodies, you want to have exactly 5. Because 0 bodies is 0 points. 1 is 3, 2 is 6, 3 is 9, and it goes all the way up to where 5 is worth 20 points. But once you go past 5, it starts counting back down.
Okay.
So 6 is going to be 15, 7 is 10, 8 is 5. So you want to clear some bodies, but not all bodies. You want to have 5 ideally, but you know. All right, so arms. 2 is the best.
Where does that show that on the?
Right here. So see arms 0, 0. For 0 it's 0. For 1 it's 0. For 2 it's 12 points. For 3 it's 0. For 4 it's 9. You see how it's incrementally going up for victory points?
For 5 it says 0.
That is correct. If you have 5 arms in your deck at the end of the game, you will score 0 points.
I see.
For that.
I see.
Okay. So don't have 5. Don't have 7. Don't have 3. Okay. You want even numbers, but the best even number to have is 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do everything you can to get there. And heads, you want them all. Every single head in the game, okay? Because the more heads you have, the more points. The max is 18 victory points you can for 9 heads.
Gotcha.
Ideally, a perfect sculpture will be 50 points.
It's almost like you're collecting busts of, you're collecting sculpture busts,
Yeah, ideally, yes, that is what
You
you're
definitely
doing.
don't want a bunch of arms that
Yeah.
are not associated with everything.
All right, now, on top of all of that, okay, when you are done, you will have 2 piles. You will have your sculpture pile, okay, and then you will have your trash pile. These critics that are randomly drafted at the beginning of the game are going to offer you extra victory points for what's in your trash pile. Okay. Now, there's, I believe, I don't know the exact number, but I believe there's somewhere around like 8 or 9 critics that are in the game. Okay. I think it has to do with player count, because if you look at your checking count card, hey, it's a critic. Okay.
Gotcha.
So any leftover critics
Can't use
are
those
going to go
checking
down here
cards.
and use that. So on the back of these, it's the same thing. It's your turn.
Okay.
Organizer, your check-in card, and so forth.
Nice.
So these are the 3 that were drawn. This first critic is going to give you plus 4 victory points if your final trash pile contains more silver than onyx.
Okay.
This is going to give you plus 4 victory points if your final trash pile contains 5 or more gold. This is going to give you plus 4 if your final trash pile contains 5 or more silver.
Okay.
Okay? So, that is the game. Let's go ahead and go over what each one of these tools does for the viewers. Okay, so this is a maquette, and this, if used, will let you draw 4 cards from your deck, trash 2 from your hand, then replace all cards from your hand on top of your draw pile in any order.
Okay.
So you can stack the top of your deck by using that card. Okay. This rounded chisel, if selected, is going to let you reveal your current hand. Then you're going to name one of the symbols, or one of the colors, the gold, silver, or onyx, or wax, and you're going to get rid of all of that out of your hand.
Okay.
Okay? This here, the heavy sledgehammer, is going to let you trash 2 cards from your hand and trash the top card of any draw pile, including your own. Okay? This rasp is going to let you trash up to 2 cards from your hand. That polishing stone is going to let you trash up to 1 card from each draw pile. For each card trashed this way, draw an additional card for your next hand.
Okay.
So it lets you mill your hand and possibly speed up the game, or get a lot of wax or body parts out in your hand. That pointed chisel, trash 1 card from your hand or from your discard pile. It's a finesse tool, That saw down there, you're going to name a gold, a silver, or onyx, and you're going to trash cards from the top of your draw pile until you trash a card of that named type. And that's what all of these tools do.
Gotcha.
We're going to use them to clear our decks of things we do not want.
So we're using them, and they're not going to refresh until they're all used.
Correct. They will not refresh. So this is action selection, and all actions once selected will not be available for the following player until all actions have been used, and then they will be reset.
All right.
Okay.
We shuffle our decks.
Yes, we do need to shuffle our decks.
Shuffle them up.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm riffle shuffling lightly. I do have to send this copy out tomorrow. Okay.
Remember, this is Chiseled from Copper Frog Games, and you can check it out. We've got a link to the Kickstarter in the description, so be sure to check out their Kickstarter. And we are going to get started.
Yeah, it is going on right now.
Yep.
And I believe he is 81 or 82% funded right now. It might even actually be closer than that. The last I checked. But it's close.
All right.
All right, cool. So
let's go.
Everybody's going to put their draw pile on top of here, okay?
Yep.
And then we're going to just go. So who wants to start first? It doesn't really. Erin, go ahead. There might be some rules in there as to who does. So yes, you're gonna draw 3, and then remember the first one doesn't matter if there's 3 of the gold, silver in your hand, because the first thing you do on your turn is you sculpt.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now that I've drawn 3, I can choose
one
of these
tools.
actions to do.
Yep.
And I'm really wanting to trash like the bad wax. And,
yes, you want to get wax out of your hand.
What else?
You want to finesse. You want to finesse all body parts into the trash pile. So like you're going to be trashing some arms. You're going to be trashing some body part or some.
I see. Okay.
Yes, some busts.
Okay.
You're going to be trashing some heads. Actually, you don't want to trash heads. You're gonna have to, but
those it's just you want those to go in the discard.
Yeah,
pile.
it's inevitable that you will trash some heads.
That's just life.
That's just life.
So
I'm
gonna
trashing some heads.
Trashing some heads.
I'm gonna choose the heavy sledge tool. Trash 2 cards from your hand and trash the top card of any draw pile.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
You pick any 2 cards you want.
Trash these 2.
Okay.
And they're out permanently, correct?
They are out
face
permanently.
Face up, face down.
Yeah, I don't know that it matters face up, face down. You might want to keep it face down.
Yeah.
I have to recheck the instructions, but
and then
I tend to keep it face down. But remember, you can always consult your
you
trash
to
recheck what's in there
That's
and your discard. Okay.
And at the end of the game, these 2, the trash pile and the discard pile are combined, or the
draw and your discard.
So these are out permanently and they won't count for anything.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to actually...
No, not yet. Okay. So you want to discard that hand now that you're done. So this gets turned over. Wait, no. Were you actually trying to discard from your...
Yes, I was going to do that,
then
right?
go for it, yeah.
Can I look at it to see what it was?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, because once it's in your trash pile, but you have to discard it.
Man...
That's your own fault.
I know it. I know. Okay, so now I'm
you
done
turn
with
that
this.
over.
He's
Yeah.
turned over.
And then those left in your hand will go to your discard pile.
Gotcha. Like that.
Just like face up, face down. It's up to you. I tend to put these face up.
Okay.
I have to recheck the.
It's a head.
It's a head.
All right.
Okay, so now you draw back up 3 cards.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. And then you.
I do not have 3.
Okay, cool. Then you are good.
Okay.
Your turn is over.
All right.
And it will pass to me. I'll go ahead and use the pointed chisel and just discard 1 card. I'll just show for purposes.
Yep.
It was that wax, and I put these in my discard pile, and then I draw 3. 1, 2, 3. I make a check, and with the critics, I do not have 3 of those type of cards. I'm good. It is Ryan's turn.
I'm going to use the rasp. Trash up to 2 cards from your hand, and I'm going to go ahead and trash this piece of wax.
Okay.
And this piece of wax. And then I discard this one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this one gets discarded, and then I'm going to pull up 3 new cards.
Yep. And then you're going to make a check.
And I'm going to check to see if I have 3 icons.
Yes, 3 of any type. So, like, you could have a gold, silver, and an onyx, silver. It doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
If you have 3 of anything.
I do not.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Okay.
Then it passes to Erin.
All right. I let's see. So I've already drawn my cards. So now I can choose one of these to use, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to choose the maquette tool. Draw 4 cards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Trash 2 cards from your hand. Ooh. Ooh. I know I shuffled these. Okay. So I'm going to trash 2 cards from my hand. Replace all cards from your hand on top of your draw pile. Replace all cards from your hand on top of your draw pile in any order.
In any order you want.
Oh,
Yes.
so that I know.
So you know what's coming up
Exactly.
Yes.
So that way you hope the tool that you want is available to do the thing you would like to do.
So if I've used that one, there are 3 left. So one of these
one of
3
those
I'm going to
will
have
be
to
your tool.
use.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Just like
so
that.
put them all back down.
Yep. And then you're going to draw back up.
Okay.
Okay.
And I do not have
Make
any.
check.
Yep.
You're
Nope,
good?
I'm good.
Okay, so now let's see here. Review. Okay, so I'm going to use the rounded chisel. I'm going to reveal my hand, name all of a type, and trash all that out of my hand. So here's my hand. I have 2 wax, and I have a head that I'd like to keep.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to name wax, and I'm going to get this garbage out of my deck.
Okay.
Okay.
Save that. I'm going to draw 3 cards. Make a check. I'm good to go. My critics are not showing up. It is on to Ryan.
All right. So I've got my 3 cards. I need to...
Again, guys, you can go ahead and check this out on Kickstarter.
Yes.
It is live right now. We are playing Chiseled, and this is a reverse deck builder. Basically, it focalizes on the trashing element and makes it the main mechanic.
So let me
of
ask
this
you
game.
about Saw. So name one of those elements. Trash cards from the top of your draw pile until you trash a card of that name.
Yes,
type.
so what you will do is call out one of those symbols, flip over the first card and show it, and if it's that type, you stop.
Okay. And then if not, it goes
Not,
into my discard.
Nope, it's going to get trashed. You're going to trash until
It's gonna
you
trash
reach.
until I reach
Correct.
it. That's messed up. Trash up to 1 card from each draw pile for each card trashed. This way, draw an additional card for your next hand. I feel good about that. So,
Okay, go
So
ahead.
everybody's going to trash up to 1 from each draw pile.
So you
each
can
of
even
ours.
trash one from your own.
Huh?
You can even trash one from your own using the polishing stuff.
I'll trash 1 from my own.
Okay,
Oh,
and you want that was
messed
bad,
up.
right?
That
So
was messed
you
up.
want us to trash as well,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
I'm cool with that. It's a body.
What is that?
It was wax.
You're a liar.
Yes.
That's a head.
Oh, wait.
Did you not
Yeah.
put
That
those
was
in
the
correct
top of
order?
your...
Hey, what are you doing, Erin?
Oh.
Yeah. That was a head.
Yeah, it was a head.
Okay.
All right, cool. So you use the polishing stone.
And then draw additional cards for your next hand. So draw an additional card.
So all of those go into your discard.
Discard pile.
Yep.
Okay.
And now you'll draw your 3
1, 2,
plus
3.
1 for everything you
1.
trashed. So you trashed 3 cards.
Up, trash 3.
You're drawing
2.
6. So you're going to probably, unless you draw a handful of bad wax, you're going to draw.
Guess what I drew?
Yes.
A handful of bad wax.
Oh, did you? So you didn't. You made a check with the critics, and you're good.
Yep, I'm good.
Wow. Okay. All right. Erin,
Okay.
you have your final tool to use.
So I
and it is
have-
the saw. Okay. So you're going to call out
Right.
onyx, silver, or gold. Then you're going to start milling your deck and turn
Can I
it
look
over.
at this?
Yes, you can always consult.
Okay. Silver.
Okay. All right. So turn over 1 card. It's silver. You
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah,
Nice.
I knew what it was.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Yeah.
what I was
because-
thinking I was discarding before was in my hand, not in the
Right.
trash pile. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the tools have now all been exhausted, so they will all turn back over.
Okay.
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 And then I don't draw anything else because these are still in my hand.
Correct.
So I'm consulting the critics.
No.
and- oh,
So
okay.
those are the ones you drew up for this turn, right?
Yes.
So they go to your discard pile.
They all
you
go to-
always
Okay.
discard. Yeah, so it's probably bad wax.
It's
right?
all
it's
bad
okay.
wax.
Once
That
you
is
mill your
awful.
deck and get through it, what you need to
Yeah.
do is mill that, get it all through your hand to get it
Right.
into the discard pile, so you
Right.
can reshuffle it and put it back as part of your new sculpture.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are all. So check your cards. See if your critics.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So All tools are available for me.
Okay.
Okay. So let's check at my hand. I just have one card I want to get rid of. And that's it. So I'm going to, again, use the pointed chisel. And I'm going to use one card to get rid of. I'm going to trash bad wax. I'm going to put this cool stuff in my discard pile. And I'm going to draw back up. 1, 2, 3. And I am good.
Okay.
It's
So
all right.
I'm going to, let's see, trash 2 cards from your hand and trash the top card of any draw pile. That is going to be you, good sir. So
Okay.
trash the top card. Ooh, it's a head.
Yeah, it was a head.
So these 2 pieces of wax, I'm going to trash those. All of these 4 get discarded, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So your deck starts out with
And
9.
I only draw 3.
Yes,
Correct.
and then you're going to make a check.
You're
So your
gonna check.
deck starts out with 9 of
Alright.
each body part. So 9 heads, 9, what were they, busts?
Yeah.
Busts, 9 busts, and 9 arms, and like 18 bad wax or
Okay.
scrap.
Okay.
So of those, you're trying to weed the bad stuff out and
That's true,
get
Rick.
down to a...
That's
Okay.
true.
So I have
Rick
my.
says no fair rhymes are
It's already
chiseled.
chiseled, nice.
Unfair advantage.
That is
This
true.
is true. Thank you, Rick.
I am too, Rick. I'm just
Oh.
chiseled
Yeah,
into
Rick.
a...
What about
Just
Bob?
chiseled into a circle. That's all.
I chiseled into a ball
I'm
shape.
going to use the rasp tool, so I'm going to trash up to 2 cards from my hand, right there, and that is used. And now I draw. Do I only draw up to 2 cards? Do I only draw 2 cards since I already had one in my hand?
No,
No.
that gets discarded.
Everything
right,
gets
that's right.
discarded. Yep.
and then you'll
And then you're going to draw 3.
Okay, and
then
I
you'll
do
make a check.
not.
You do not move that closer. Okay,
Nope.
cool. All right, so let me see here. Let me see how many arms I have in here. I only have.
I
one
have
arm.
2.
So I
Just-
only have 1 arm, so I want to get this arm back into this discard pile here. So let's see. If I did that, I'd have to put the bad wax. So trash 2 from my hand. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna use the maquette. I'm gonna draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then I'm going to trash 2 from my hand and then replace all cards from my hand on top of the draw pile in any order I want. Okay. So let's go ahead and trash this body. And-
Bob's album's name is Chiseled into a Shark. So,
And trash that. Okay, so I will do this in this order here. This is how these are going back.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Now
Now I'm
you'll
going to
draw
draw
your
back
three.
up and go 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
And I am good. I made a check, and the game is not speeding up.
okay.
Yet.
Reveal your hand. Okay, so I'm going to reveal my hand. I'm going to use the rounded chisel. I'm going to name wax, and I'm going to
You got it.
discard
Yeah.
wax.
Only 1 wax, and you
Yeah.
used a chisel, huh?
Well, I didn't want those 2.
Yeah,
So,
okay, all right.
but and I also didn't want Erin to have it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
Pile. Bridge. Okay, I guess I'm going to use the polishing tool. Trash up to 1 card from each draw pile. For each card trashed this way, draw an additional card for your next hand.
Okay.
So let's all do that.
If you're looking for a
Okay.
stand-up routine, Rick is doing it in the chat.
So you would like for me and Ryan to trash
Yes.
cards from top of our deck?
We each are doing it.
Just one.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you just won.
Oh, thank you, Erin,
Yeah, that was good.
for that. Sweet.
Now I'm going to draw 3 new cards.
Okay.
2, 3. Do I go ahead and put these in the discard?
Yes. They always
Okay.
go into this card at the end of your turn. So the polishing stone is done, right?
Well, yeah, because I just drew the
so
3.
well, yeah, but it would be on your next turn.
Well,
So-
this says draw an additional. Okay, for each card trashed this way, draw an additional card for your,
for your
next,
next
hand.
turn. Yes. So discard your current hand.
Okay.
Yep.
And
And
now
then
you-
now draw your new
I
hand,
did.
which is 3
plus
3.
3.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yep.
And then you're going to check
And
against
then
the critics.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
use make sure you check with the critics.
Okay, I do.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then you would move that check and count down 1.
4. Okay.
And you are now progressing the game further
Okay,
along.
got it.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the saw. I'm not going to bother flipping it. So the saw I'm going to call Silver. Silver, thanks for doing that, Erin.
You're welcome.
I didn't want to trash anymore. I knew what that was, and because the saw, I planned incorrectly. Because I used the maquette to bring up cards and plan, but I planned incorrectly.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
Okay.
All right, so it is now on Ryan.
You got
I need
discard
a discard. 1, 2, 3. I'm good. You can go.
Okay.
So because I didn't have a good tool left to use or a tool I needed, I just put 3 scrap pieces of wax into my.
Oh, you can do that?
What?
Like did you use one of these?
I did, but
Okay.
I had a handful of wax that I made on purpose, but didn't get the tool I needed to get rid of all of that out of my
I
hand.
see.
Pointed chisel. Trash 1 card from your hand or
Yeah.
from your discard pile. And go ahead and trash that sweet wax. Put that down. 1, 2, 3, and now it's nope. I got 3.
Move down.
All right.
Okay, Aaron.
Okay. I'm going to use the heavy sledge tool
No.
to trash 2 cards from your hand.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'll
Okay,
use
so
the
I'm
rash.
trashing 2 cards from my hand. And trash the top card of any draw pile. Ryan, go
Yes. Okay. Oh,
It's a body.
my chisel labs.
Okay, so then discard your hand
ahead. Hold that. Okay, and draw 3.
and draw 3.
1, 2, 3.
Again, this game is
I
chiseled.
don't need it.
Okay, cool.
This game is chiseled from Copper Frog Games, currently on Kickstarter.
So I'll use
and
the rasp.
so we've got a link
Discard
in
2.
the show
Boom.
notes.
1, 2, 3.
Right.
Okay. And guys, remember, you can always consult your discard pile to see what body parts that may be coming, or what body parts that you have in your discard pile, so you can plan, because you always want a very specific amount of
Yeah.
busts and arms.
So
the
this right
optimal
here,
sculpture is only going to have 2 arms.
I haven't used this one before. Draw 4 cards.
Yep.
Trash 2 cards from your hand. So I'll draw up to
Draw
4.
4 right now.
Okay.
Yep.
1,
So you'll have a handful of 7.
2, 3, 4.
You're going to trash 2 of those.
Trash 2 of these, which is exactly what I wanted.
Okay, and then you're going to replace all the cards in your hand right now back down on your draw pile in any order you want.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
And then you'll plan. You'll draw
Hold
up.
it, hold it, hold it.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Yep.
You'll plan.
Okay. 2, 3.
Make a check.
Check.
You're going to speed the game up.
Yep.
All right, because you're a jerk.
Yeah. So
All right,
well,
Erin,
Okay.
go ahead and select
I'm
your
going to
tool.
use the rounded chisel tool. I'm going to reveal my hand. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to
You're gonna
trash
call
the bad wax.
Okay, there you go.
And then I
And then
discard
they just
these.
discard it.
And
Then you draw 3 and make your check.
And I don't meet the requirement.
Okay, cool. So let's see. What tools did you guys leave me up here? I think I need this arm that I'm about to. Yeah, okay. So I need to keep this arm.
And I can look through this, correct?
Yes, you can look through your
Discard
discard and look through your trash pile anytime you want. Trash up to 1 card from each one. I have not been using the polishing stone. You know what? Let's go ahead and use it.
Okay.
So, I want Ryan and Erin
Yes.
to both trash cards from the top of your draw deck.
Okay.
1 card.
All right.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Okay, so now I only did 2. I didn't trash this because I didn't want to take a chance that it might be a head. I'm
Right.
not sure what it is. So I only get 2 extras. Now I'm going to draw my 3 to plan. And then I get 2 extra.
Okay.
Because I made you guys do that. Okay? And I make a check, and I also am making the critics get closer.
Let's do this one. I'm going to choose silver.
Yes.
Oh, that wasn't it. Oh, that wasn't it.
Ryan?
Oh, that
Hey, that's a
wasn't it.
good trash, though,
Yeah.
man. That was a great one.
Oh, that definitely wasn't it. Guys,
There you go.
I'm screwing us over. Okay.
You're not screwing us over.
Yeah, me. So
You're screwing you
1,
over.
2, 3. Okay.
Trash too many heads over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so they will all
Not good.
refresh. Yes. Yep. And you have a fresh
That's
set
not
of
good.
tools to pick from, Erin.
Yep.
And I hope you don't use the one that I would like.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the rasp tool. Trash up to 2 cards from your hand. I'm gonna trash.
Does this get reshuffled?
Yes.
We're gonna
Once you
discard
have no
this. I'm
cards to
gonna-
draw from your sculpture, will get
Yep.
reshuffled for a new draw pile.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. You made your check. You pulled up. Okay. So I'm
I
going
like the
to
speed
use.
of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it flows really well.
Yeah, once you understand what the
Yep.
tools do, and yeah, I'm gonna trash 2 cards from my hand. Let's see. So I need this. I need one of these gone. Now you have to consult the critics too, because I need more silver than onyx, and I need lots of silver and gold. Okay, so I'm going to keep this. I'm gonna trash this, and I'm gonna trash this. I'm gonna keep these, and Erin, trash that card on top of your deck.
Okay.
Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. The critics are not getting any closer from me.
Okay. So let's go ahead and use pointed chisel. Discard 1 from my hand. Put these 2 down. And I'm done. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna use the rounded chisel. Here's my hand. I'm calling bad wax. I'm trashing that. I'm discarding that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I did not need it.
So let's see. I think I'm going to use the maquette. So I'm going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to trash 2. So let's go. This is bad. That's bad.
What are you gonna leave me with, Ryan?
All right, I'm going to trash 2. I'm going to. Okay, they will. Okay, this is perfect. They're going to be refreshed before I get to my turn. Okay, so I have to plan this correctly. Okay, going
Alright.
just like that. Okay, I'm going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I'm good. Critics are not getting closer. It passes to Ryan.
Okay. So polishing stone, I'm actually going to have you both trash 1 off the top of your deck.
That is fine with
I'm
me
not
because I
gonna
know what
trash-
that is.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. An arm.
Okay.
That's
And
good.
then
You
Yeah.
only want 2 arms in your
these
deck.
go here, and then 1, 2, 3. You guys trash 2, so I take this and this. All right. I've got 3, not 2 of the same, and then 1.
That's
Yeah.
okay. There
That's
you got
fine.
3 colored
Ooh, Ryan.
cards. Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Yep.
That's not good.
That's
I
rough.
know.
Are you done, babe?
Yep. I am.
So I'm gonna use the saw tool. I'm gonna name Onyx.
Okay. So
Okay.
start flipping out of your deck.
Man, gold.
Okay.
Uh,
Onyx. Okay.
Yay.
So that's it. You can
Okay.
stop right there.
okay.
They get discarded.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you draw 3.
1, 2, 3. All right, I made it. So
Okay.
I go down 1. All right.
All right. Oh, now that changes things because Ryan made me trash something on top of my deck. I was planning on using the saw, but let me see what's in my hand. Because of that, I have no idea. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to use the saw, and I'm going to say onyx. So trash. I knew about that wax. Trash. That's awesome. Trash. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I was ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
okay. So these get discarded. And I
Okay.
draw 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm good.
Okay. So trash 2 cards from your hand. Right there. Trash these 2 out of my hand.
Okay.
And then these all go in here. I don't have enough to pull.
So you would draw what you have,
1,
and then you would
2.
reshuffle that deck.
Reshuffle this. Okay.
Yep.
Don't look at my sculpted bod while I shuffle. Whatever you do.
Okay, I'm going to use the heavy sledge. Trash 2 cards from your hand. Ooh, hold on.
Oh, that's not good. I just realized I have 3 arms in my deck right now.
I have
my
no clue
goodness.
how many arms.
Ooh.
I've got a lot of
You
arms.
better be
Okay, I'm
checking.
gonna use the maquette. Sorry.
I need to.
Okay, you're using the maquette.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So
did you draw
4?
up the next card, Ryan? And
I
make
did
sure-
not.
Okay.
Bob, I
do
only
that.
have 1 card left in my draw pile, and this is
Okay,
draw 4 cards.
so that's fine. So draw that up,
Okay.
and then put those off to the side for a second, and you're gonna reshuffle that to make a new draw pile.
Okay, so I'll draw 3 out of here.
So did you draw up and
I
make a
did.
check?
Yep, I've got 3.
Okay.
So
And
you've got 3.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
not kidding you.
Ryan is gonna end this,
So
and I am not
Okay.
ready. I have 3
1,
arms
2,
in my
3.
sculpture right now.
Oh, I have more than that. Okay.
I have 100.
Well, that's
arms.
okay, Erin. You can have 4 or 6. I have
know,
3, which
so-
is 0 points.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can trash 2 cards. Replace all cards from your hand on top of your draw pile and in order.
Ugh.
Right, so I can trash 2.
I need
Bob
to
is
use,
not excited about his sculpture.
I needed to
Okay.
use that maquette because I need to draw back from my.
Trashing
Ryan is.
these. And, and I can put them in any order on top.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
All right. how
But then
can
I need to draw 3.
Yes.
And then I see 1, 2, 3, and it does.
Okay, so you go down?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. I don't want to just trash 1. I want to trash everything. Trash 2. Reveal your hand. All right. I'll do this. I'll do the heavy sledge. I'll do heavy sledge. And I'll trash 2 out of. Well, 4. 4 arms is 9. Never mind. I'll do that, and I'll trash these 2 right here.
Okay.
Woo! Okay, so I have some points. All right, so
I have
then
some.
I have some points. 1, 2, 3. I make a check, and I'm good. I don't know how you guys shuffled your deck, but all right.
Let's
So this is
see.
gonna reshuffle for me.
Name and trash all of that type. Okay, so let's do the rounded chisel. I'm gonna claim silver, so that right there. Trash an arm. These 2 go over here. 1, 2, 3.
Don't do it, Rod. Don't do it.
Boom.
Oh,
No.
come
It is
on.
not looking good. Now these, at the end of the game, we're going to take these and this and
Yes,
pull them.
and
So
that'll be your final
The 2
sculpture.
of us get a turn.
We get one more turn.
And that's
Erin.
it.
I don't get one?
Okay.
No,
No,
No.
because you're the
No.
first one to reach.
Get
that.
out.
Oh,
here.
so I can go ahead and start scoring mine.
you can.
Yeah. Okay.
So you will combine that stuff right
Yep,
there. Yep.
yep.
And your draw.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not going to be
This is
good.
draw.
Yeah,
trash
this is
one
not
card from
gonna
your
be
hand
good.
to
This is
discard
not gonna be
pile.
good,
So I'm
guys.
gonna trash that one.
Oof.
All right, and discard this. But then
This
they
one
go
snuck
together.
up on me.
Okay.
Oh my goodness,
it's
Erin.
not good.
You left me
Uh
no tools.
oh. Yeah. Just that one.
That one.
Don't you want that one, Bob?
Look at that
Polished
tool.
stone.
That is not the
Look at
one.
that cool tool.
That is not the tool that I want.
left so
Trash
much
up the
to
one
watch.
card from each draw pile for each. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that because of that.
Oh,
Yes.
it would have been
I am
this
so
card.
sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, it would have been that card?
Yeah.
Alright, get rid of it.
That's cool.
I had a
It's an
head
arm.
in my discard pile.
Okay.
No, it's the first.
It's
it
the
was
first.
the
It
first
was
card.
the first
It's the
card for
top
your
of that
draw
card.
pile.
Sorry.
Okay, well,
Do you remember what it was?
no, because I
Sure.
shuffled on.
Alright, you lose a
Yeah.
head.
Oh no! Well, I mean, I
Hello,
had
Chad.
Do you know which one it was? You want to just take a
Sure.
random one so you don't know? I'll just do that. Alright, there you go.
Okay.
That was my bad.
Thank you for
Yeah, you're not
letting me
supposed
keep my head.
You're not supposed to start that until
That makes
because
sense.
some tools allow
Yep.
you
That,
to.
you're right.
That's true.
You're right.
Yeah, so for me it does nothing. So and then draw extra cards. So I don't get to trash anything this time. So I'm putting these 2 bad pieces of scrap wax into my sculpture.
Man, that's rough.
So that is the end of this here.
So what's the
what
best
you-
way to categorize everything?
So the way that I do it is first I do it by type. So all the fleur-de-lis, all the squares,
okay.
and all the because you want to count how many how many busts you have, how
Oh,
many
right, okay,
arms you
that's
have,
right.
how many heads you have.
So
So
should
I-
we sort them by
By
this?
yes, by head
Type?
first.
Head
Yeah,
first,
By
okay.
by body part
Yep.
first.
Yep.
So head, busts, arms, bust, bad wax, Our
had a
bad
ton of bad wax.
scrap. Oh, look at all that horrible scrap. Okay, I gotta get them out of heads. Ooh, but I'm gonna offset it with my scrap.
Do I actually have? I have exactly
7.
5 bodies.
Are you kidding me? You have
That's
exactly 5 bodies.
Nuts.
Wait,
I cannot
1,
believe
2,
that.
3, 4, 5. So do I.
Yeah.
What? I didn't even plan that. I was
did not
just
plan
planning
that.
arms.
So.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
heads.
Four arms.
I have 1, 2, 3,
So,
4, 5, 6. 6 heads is 12. 5 bodies.
Wow, I'm surprised.
20, 32 and 4 arms.
6. I cannot
is
believe I have
9.
exactly 6 arms.
32 and 9. Oh.
So,
You have 6 arms?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I have 4 arms.
Okay.
29 and 12. I have 41. So I have
Okay.
41,
41
but
total.
41 total in my sculpture.
Okay.
But I have 21 worth of bad wax.
Jeez, Bob.
So my sculpture
20.
is only worth 20 points.
27. What is that? 27, and then these are heads. 27 and 7, 21 and 7,
28.
14, 35.
Okay, now minus your wax.
35, 32, 29, 26, 23, 20.
Yes.
You beat me by 1.
Well, hold on.
At 30
It's not
minus
over.
18.
30 minus 18, you have 12.
Ooh,
Okay,
12.
so hold on.
Yeah.
21, 20, 12.
Uh-huh.
There's one more element right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Critics.
We're going to
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up our trash pile.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Now we're going to assess this. All
Yep.
right? The bad wax is nothing. That's fine.
Okay.
Just pull that out.
Okay. Oh, the trash pile.
Yep, of
Yep.
your trash pile. Wax means nothing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? And make sure you just keep that kind of with your
Yep.
other stuff because all these decks are exactly the same. Built exactly the
Gotcha.
same. So. Okay, Erin. So, first thing, the first critic that we randomly pulled for this game says she's going to give you +4 victory points if your final trash pile contains more silver than onyx.
Nope.
So let's see.
That's not true for me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sitting pretty. Look at all this beautiful silver and 2 onyx.
1, 2, 3.
But it's all silver. I
Wow.
was like,
I didn't get a single critic point. I didn't get a
Okay,
single
mine-
point for the critics.
How many points was that?
Okay, so +4 if
Okay.
your final trash pile contains more silver than onyx.
did.
So you have 4. So you're up to 16. Okay, I'm up to 25.
Okay.
+4 if your final trash pile contains 5 or more gold. Mine does not.
I think mine does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're up to 20.
Okay.
So 25 to 20 to 20. +4 if your final trash pile contains 5 or more silver.
5 or more silver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so another 4 points. You're at 24.
Uh-huh.
I also have 5 or more, so I'm at 29.
Okay.
So 29 to 24 to Ryan in last place.
20.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Ryan in
yeah.
last
That's
place.
true. That's really
Wow.
all that matters.
That's all that
That
matters.
is crazy.
Ryan in last
So,
place.
what was your final score, Bob? 24?
29.
29?
Mine was 24.
And Aaron's
Aaron,
was 24. Yep.
Wow, that was good. Okay.
That was good.
That was the end of Chiseled from Copper Frog Games. Man, that was a really
that.
cool game.
It was very different.
it's
from
it's
what's
very
out there.
different,
Yeah,
right?
I like it.
Yeah.
So it uses that trashing element of a normal standard deck builder and makes it the focal point. So and it's very thematic because there's this is a body, this is a statue you are trying to sculpt, so you're using these actual tools that a sculptor would use, an artist would use to sculpt a statue, and it feels like, oh man, I need to use that sledgehammer to just bang out these pieces, and just like you're like, gotta get it out of it, gotta get out of my hand. So it's super thematic, and with the critics come in at the end of the game, how I like the speeding up element and how the timing element works, because the more that you finesse your deck, the faster it's going.
And
So it's like you're getting done your sculpture, meaning the critics are speeding up.
I was very efficient getting the wax out of my hand,
were.
but that killed me because it also sped up the end of the game,
Right.
and I wasn't ready.
Yep.
You
Do
know,
most
so
of the
He
games
wasn't ready.
that the games that you've played of this so far, do they end that quickly?
It's usually about 30 minutes.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Usually.
that was just under 30 minutes
Just under. Okay,
after
cool.
the teach.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, yeah,
Very cool.
I love the theme. I love how it ties into the card play like so well. The mechanic is great because I've always enjoyed the trashing element in a deck builder.
Yeah.
It just feels good thinning out your deck.
Yeah.
And thinning out your deck to utilize it in a way that equals victory points is novel as far as I'm concerned.
I like that there's enough trash to keep you engaged with it.
Correct.
But it doesn't seem overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like when I started seeing better stuff in my hand, like I got excited, but also got scared because I
Because you're
knew
getting closer to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a tension to the game that I really like.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, Bob, thank you for teaching us
Yeah.
Chiseled.
Thank you.
And so, everybody, that was Chiseled from Copper Frog Games. This was One Board Family Plays, our live streaming series. So be sure to check it out. We're going to have this replay up on Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to watch it again if you missed any of it. Share it with your friends. And in the show notes, you're going to see the link to the Kickstarter project from Copper Frog Games. You're going to be able to check out that Kickstarter and see if this is a good fit for your gaming, your game library.
Your game library.
Yeah. Okay, cool. If you are in the Columbus area, if you're in the Southeast, we are doing a little event where we are running a game room at the Columbus Toy and Comic Expo. It's an event that they hold yearly, annually, or twice a year, actually.
I think it's twice.
Twice a year. Over at the Coca-Cola Space Science Center. So if you are around the area, we would love to see you stop in and visit with us. We are running the game room.
Let's play some games.
Play some games.
Play some games.
All right, that'll do it. Until next time, we will see you at the table.